My dear ones, I'm so happy to see all of you here. My hands go up to each and every one of you for taking time to come out and take a stand for wild salmon. Our wild salmon are endangered. Our wild salmon are being killed by the fish farms. And if we don't stop and get the fish farms out of the water, then we're not going to have any more salmon. So it's good to come together here. And we're here not to protest. We're here to help. We're not here to criticize. We're here to tell the truth. And the truth is, my dear ones, is that a Norwegian strain of Piscine reovirus is in Canadian waters. It has been found in the fish farms. The truth is that the Piscine reovirus, when the fish are stressed, it can cause heart, skeletal, and muscle inflammation, HSMI. The truth is that this Piscine reovirus and this disease is highly contagious. The truth is that this disease can be transferred from farm salmon to wild salmon and poses a serious threat to do irreversible harm to our wild salmon, and we will not stand for it. Alexandra Morton has done the science, and her science is peer-reviewed. Christy Miller has done her science. She is a DFO scientist and her science is recognized as around the world as highly reputable. And so the only scientists who are saying that there is no problem here, keep going, business as usual, are the scientists that have been endorsed by Marine Harvest and CERMAC. So when you see all the other scientists saying there is serious harm that is being done, and ones that are endorsed by an industry who's actually doing the harm, who are you going to believe? You're going to believe Alexandra Morton, you're going to believe Christy Miller, and you're going to believe all those people who have found hard evidence by dipping GoPro cameras into the nets and showing that those open net pen fish farms are attracting our herring. They're attracting other fish, other small fish like our smolts. The other truth that we've come here to talk about and to raise public awareness about is that the blood water that is coming out of fish processing plants right straight smack into the migration routes of our wild salmon are contaminated, are infected with the Piscine reovirus. Is that any good for us? No. So, as an emergency measure, this is a call for the precautionary principle to be fully implemented and shut down that pipe. Any of those pipes in fish processing plants must be shut down, because they are going to be responsible for doing irreversible harm to our wild salmon, and we won't stand for it. We give credit to George Heyman for actually conducting an investigation in the blood water. And now that we have a confirmation that blood water is infected with Piscine reovirus, it calls for immediate action, rapid action, no more delays, shut it off. The Mama Lilikala people, the Namgis, the Muskamag, the Wadenok, They have for 30 years implored, tried to persuade, tried to assert their indigenous inherent rights to protect their waters, to protect their resources, and have asked numerous times to the federal and provincial governments that fish farms are not welcome in their territories because they are ruining, they are destroying a food fish that they have depended on for thousands of years. And it is a valuable and an integral part of who they are. It's part of their identity. It's part of their physical, spiritual, and cultural well-being. So we stand here today in solidarity with them, and we are asking the provincial government to abide by the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People when they have not given their consent and they have shown proof, irrefutable proof, that the fish farms are damaging their food resource, then we must support them. Yeah. We must stand together united with them, in solidarity with them, and raise our collective voice and telling that John Horgan, the NDP government, must remove those fish farms from their territories. At the federal level, we see that Minister Dominic LeBlanc has chosen not to abide by a court order to test farm salmon for the Piscine reel virus before they're put into Pacific waters. Is that right? No. Dominic LeBlanc, the truth is that he is not abiding by federal regulations that require him to test those salmon for the Piscine reel virus. And so he's still allowing the fish farmers to put their farm salmon into Pacific waters with the Piscine reel virus in it. Boom! That is not a good thing to do. And so, when we have a rogue aquaculture industry who does not want to respect Canadian laws, when we have a federal ministry who's willing to break their own laws and not abide by a court order, then it falls upon John Horgan now. He has the jurisdiction, he has the authority to not renew the 10 years in the Broughton Archipelago. Yeah. And that is an emergency. We are in a state of emergency because wild salmon are endangered. Wild salmon are on the risk of vanishing forever, and we will not stand by and watch this happen. I'm very happy and very pleased that in the state of Washington they are proceeding with their plans to ban ocean net pen fishing farms along the Washington coast. Let's give them a big round of applause. So they have been reaching out to the BC government to follow suit, to join them, to ban fish farms on the BC coast, because Washington and British Columbia share a Salish sea. And so we know that farm salmon, if they escape, they don't obey borders. Neither do our salmon. They swim up and down the rivers, up and down this coast here. So if we continue with open net pen fish farms and they infect our salmon, then it's going to have an impact on what Washington is trying to do. And that is to remove a serious threat from their coast, banning open net pen fish farms, working hard to restore salmon to larger numbers. This is the way to go. This is what we need to happen. Open net pen fish farms need to be removed from the ocean, moved onto land in containment. There is solutions to this problem, and we need to push hard for that. Because the federal and provincial governments seem to be resisting what needs to be done. And we need a powerful, strong, collective voice to send the message that British Columbians in massive numbers are not wanting fish farms on our coast anymore. We do not want our coast to be collateral damage to the open net pen fish farm industry. Oh, yeah.